a gentle flow yoga. Whether it's to wake you or bring you down from a busy day, I'd like you to come to the mat in something very comfortable. Even sweats and a loose t-shirt will be just fine. You're gonna need your yoga mat, or maybe even doing this on a towel or on a blanket or by the fire. You'll need a blanket, maybe an eye pillow or an eye mask, layers to pull on during Shavasana, like socks, a sweater, even an extra blanket or a scarf. And then finally, if you've got something nice like an essential oil, go ahead and grab that as well. We'll put some gentle music on, we'll set the scene, dim those lights, light a couple of your favorite candles, and let's meet in Shavasana. Choosing a palms up or palms down position. Perhaps even resting one hand lightly on your heart, one hand lightly on your belly. And I invite you to spend these first moments on your mat to simply drop into this space. Shift your body, adjust your shoulders, adjust your legs and your arms. Maybe sway the head side to side. Let your bones, let your joints, let your ligaments, tendons, muscles grow heavy. Arriving here on the mat. Notice the physical connection of your body against the mat or blanket or floor. And notice what happens in your mind. When you come to your mat, does your mind instantly quiet itself? Or when you come to your mat, is your mind still going a mile a minute? Whatever it is, don't force it to change. Simply observe. My intention for us in this practice is to gently transition from a space of perhaps some chaotic energy or scattered thoughts, maybe a stiff body, tightness, into a space of clarity, openness, free flow of thought, and refreshed, open body. We'll be easy, we'll be gentle with that transition. I want you to think of this flow today like a lazy Sunday morning. Nowhere to be, nowhere to go, no particular rush, just be. Let's begin to find movement into the fingers and into the toes. Let's begin to circle the wrists and the ankles. Sway your head gently from left to right. Reach your arms long, reach your legs long, point your toes, reach your fingers as tall as you can. Take an inhale. Fill that body up a little deeper and take a full exhale, sigh it out. One more inhale, reach farther. Exhale, sigh. Roll onto your side. Tuck your knees up towards you. Even give yourself a little hug here. Easy does it. Making your way to sit. Finding Sukhasana, easy seated pose. If you'd like to, you can use a prop under each knee, like a yoga block or a pillow under each knee, or you can even sit up onto a pillow as well. Hands resting in the lap. Let's roll those shoulders. Again, I remind you to be slow, be right in your body here. Take an inhale to rise those shoulders and an exhale to fall those shoulders. Peel those shoulders down and back. Tip your right ear down towards your right shoulder. Both hands stay resting on your legs. And with that head tip to the right, reach your left hand down on the floor. Your right hand can gently press softly on that left side of your head, just above the ear. We're creating a line we're creating length from your ear down the shoulder, down the neck. Releasing that right hand back onto your lap. Keep your left hand down on the floor. Turn to look at your right shoulder. Notice that length, maybe even traveling down that left arm. And this is a beautiful release if you work at a desk, if you drive a lot, if you have frequent headaches, or if you're just a person who carries tension up in the shoulders. This is a beautiful reliever of those upper trapezius muscles. And gently return through center. Go slow with that. Hands resting in the lap, eyes closed. You can choose to keep your eyes closed or float them open again. You're going to just simply turn your head to the right. Return through center. Turn your head to the left. Return through center. Turn your head to the right. Return through center. Turn your head to the left. Steady, slow, simple movements. That is the focus of this practice today. You might notice that turning to the right is a little easier now that we've opened up that left trapezius. One more time to turn to the left and return through center. Now, sink your shoulders down. Tip your head down to the left. So you're looking forward, but you're simply tipping that left ear down towards your shoulder, but leave your shoulders sinking down. Place your right hand on the ground if you'd like. Left hand stays in your lap. Notice that long line from your right ear down the side of your neck through the upper shoulder, even into your arm. Noticing if your attention travels away from the mat, travels away from your body. Gently reel it back in by reconnecting to the breath. Imagine that your breath sends to a specific place in your body, like say this right side of your neck. Let's use that left hand to gently press on the right side of the head, just above your right ear. Be very careful with this. These muscles in the neck can be very tender, fragile, so be gentle. We'll gently release that left hand back onto your lap. Bring your head back through center and then turn to look down at your left shoulder. You're tipping your head and you're drawing your chin towards your left shoulder. Your right hand still reaching down towards the floor. Maybe noticing that that sensation travels backwards a little bit, behind the ear now. Can you relax both shoulders? Can you relax the neck and the jaw? Imagine that you can lengthen out a little bit longer by pushing that right hand a little deeper into the floor or towards the floor. Now remembering that this can be tender, so go slow motion. Bring your right hand back onto your lap. Come back through center. Eyes closed. Observe those sensations, that recoil, that rebound in your body. Almost like we have to wait a moment for that proprioception to come back to center. Gently begin to turn your head to the left, like you're shaking your head no in a slow motion fashion. Do you observe that one side is a little tougher to turn? Or maybe things are evening out nicely for you. I always say that it doesn't take just one day to create tension in the body, for the muscles to get stiff. It usually happens over a long period of time. And so for that reason, it also doesn't just take one yoga practice or one day to relieve that tension. It's a regular practice, it's a ritual that you can put into place to help keep those muscles supple and long. Let's return through center. Take an inhale, lift your shoulders. Exhale, drop them. Inhale, lift your shoulders. Exhale, drop them. Inhale, sweep your arms high. Clasp your hands, palms shine to the sky. Exhale, push your hands forward, round your upper spine. A nice stretch between the shoulder blades on the back of your heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl forward. One more inhale, lift. Exhale, curl forward. Sitting as tall as you can, inhale, reach. And now bring your right hand onto your left knee, your left hand down on the floor behind you. You could be seated in a cross-legged or a legs long position. Inhale, sit nice and tall. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, tall. Exhale, rotate. Imagine that you can create a little more length from those sit bones to the crown of your head, all the way up. And returning through center. We'll fold forward here, crawl your hands forward. Whether you're in cross-legged or legs long position. And gently sitting up. Let's take that twist in the other direction. Left hand onto right knee, right hand behind you. Again, doing this in a cross-legged or a legs wide position. Inhale, draw that lift through your heart. Exhale, twisting deeply. Again, inhale, can you sit a little taller? Exhale, can you twist deeply? Option, of course, to do this with those legs wide. Returning back through center and come back to that forward fold. It can be very slight, remembering that we are being slow, intentional, and easy on these motions. You don't have to go to the very end range of your stretches today. Lazy Sunday morning type yoga. If it feels good to flow side to side, feel free. If you've got your legs out long, maybe you're feeling this on the inner thighs. If you've got your legs crossed like this, maybe you're just feeling a little through the sides of the waist. This is your practice. I invite you to take what you want from it and leave what you don't want. Flow side to side. Nice. Let's make our way to a table. Go slow. Move easy to get there. Coming to a hands and knees position here on the mat. We're going to extend that right leg out behind us. We're going to extend that left arm out in front of us. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck your knee to your elbow to your knee. Inhale, reach, lengthen it out. Exhale, tuck your knee to your elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck. Think of this like a modified cat-cow with an extension. Inhale, reach, lift, lengthen, arch your back. Exhale, round your spine forward, elbow to knee. When we're inhale, reaching, lifting, lengthening, arching the back. Exhale, rounding forward. Reach it long and place it down. Let's move this to the other side. Left leg extends back, right arm reaches forward. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl your knee to your nose. Inhale, reach, extending the spine. Exhale, curling. Inhale, reach, extending the spine. Exhale, curling. A few more times. Move at your own pace. This is your practice. Last reach. And set that down. Curl your big toes together, your knees wide apart, and set the hips back towards the heels, and the belly down towards the thighs, coming into a wide leg child's pose. Forehead can rest on the mat here. If it feels better, you might choose to place your forehead on your arms or on your stacked fists. Observe where your breath travels here. Are you breathing into the ribs? Are you breathing towards the pelvic floor? Are you breathing through the back body and the sides of your waist, the chest, the upper back? And we'll come into a modified variation of this wide leg child's pose. You're going to bring that left arm underneath your body out to the right side of the room. And you can reach your right arm forward or even curl those right fingertips to the left edge of your mat. It's almost like we're doing a little crisscross here. Gently return that right hand in front of your face, press up, bring that left hand back down. You're going to slide that right arm underneath you, crossing it under the body, lay the head down. You can reach your left arm forward or crawl those left fingertips to the right edge of your mat. Again, almost like a little crisscross here. Few cycles of breath just here. Easy does it. Slide that left hand down in front of the face. Press through. Bring your right hand on the floor. We're going to crawl ourselves forward. Bring your knees underneath your hips. You're going to bring your hips up to sky, your hands out in front. Dip your heart down, melting heart pose. Or puppy dog pose. You can drop your chin onto the mat, gazing forward. This is a little more intense into those lats. Or you can rest your forehead on the mat. Find what works for you. If kneeling on your knees does not feel comfortable, then you can come into a child's pose instead. Feel it out for yourself. A couple more breaths just here. Hips are nice and high. Hands crawl forward. Heart melts downward. Easy does it. Making your way up and lay right down onto your belly. Coming into a forward shavasana for a brief pause, placing your hands one on top of the other, and you can rest your chin on your hands or your cheek. Letting the heels fall away from each other, big toes narrower than the heels. We'll come into a little chest opener. Reach your left arm long out to the left side, palm down. Your left cheek is on the mat, so you're looking to the right side of the room. Bring your right hand on the floor underneath your shoulder, your elbow poking up to the sky. From here, we're going to cross that right leg behind you and push through that right hand so that you roll onto the left side of your body. You're rolling onto your left leg and you're opening into that left side of your chest, the pectorals, the bicep, the shoulder. If you have it in your practice, you can reach with your right hand to grab your right foot, pull your heel towards your glute. Release it. Roll back onto your belly. Come into a gentle cobra, hands beneath the shoulders. Draw your shoulder blades back, lift the heart. And gently releasing it back down. Let's extend that right hand out to the right side, palm down. Left hand is beneath your left shoulder, left elbow poking up to sky, and your right cheek is on the mat. Then go ahead and begin to cross your left leg behind your right leg. Roll onto that right side. Your right arm is extended behind you. Again, we're opening into that right shoulder, right arm, right chest. If it feels right, go ahead and reach with your left hand behind you, grabbing for your foot if you can find it, opening into the quad. Remembering that you don't have to force anything in this practice. I just want you to feel it out for yourself. Lazy Sunday morning, exactly what you want to do. Pick and choose. It is okay to customize it for yourself. I encourage that. And gently releasing that left leg. Roll back onto your belly. We'll come once again into that gentle cobra. Hands beneath you, elbows poked to sky. Scoop your heart forward and upward on an inhale. Press your feet into the floor. Charge your legs strong. Exhale, come on down again. Good. Now coming back to that forward shavasana with your elbows wide, your chin can rest onto your hands. We're going to slide that left knee upward, bending your left knee, flexing your foot so that your hip joint and your knee joint are both at about 90 degrees here. This is a passive hip opener. You can choose to bring your chin back onto your hands or resting your cheek down. If you want more depth from this, you might slide your knee up a little higher, coming a little deeper into that inner thigh hip opener. If you'd like to come into a twist, go ahead and prop yourself up onto your elbows, keeping your weight on your right elbow. You're going to reach your left hand behind you, maybe bend your right knee and grab that foot, pulling your heel to your glute. Another option would simply to be bring that left hand behind your ear and opening up. And gently releasing. Come on back down. Let's slide that left leg down. Shimmy yourself over to the left edge of your mat. And then from that forward Shavasana, draw that right knee into a bend. Again, we're coming into a 90-degree bend at the hip joint, at the knee joint, and even at the ankle joint because we're flexing that right ankle. If you need more from it, you can draw that knee upward a little more, flexing at the hip joint and at the knee joint a little deeper. Then allow everything to soften. If you're up for that funky little twist, go ahead and support yourself onto your left arm. Reach your right hand back, bend your left knee, and use your right hand to pull your heel towards your glute. Remembering that this might not be accessible in the practice, and don't fret about that. You might just reach, bend, pull that heel in, or you might not have access, and that is totally okay. Hand can come behind the ear, instead opening up into a gentle twist, lifting out of that left shoulder. Slow and steady, making your way back down. Slide that right leg back down. Pause for a moment here. In your time, make your way back onto your back. Bending your knees up, placing the feet about hip width apart, kneecaps shining up towards the sky. And begin to shift your shoulder blades towards each other, puffing the heart nice and proud. Your palms are down on either side of the body. Feet are hip width apart, heels really anchoring into the mat. Take an inhale right here. Exhale, lift your hips. Inhale here. Exhale, can you lift those hips a little higher? Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale. And exhale, lower. We'll come back into that bridge once again. This time, as you inhale, we'll lift. As you exhale, we'll lower. This will be for hips and with the arms. Go ahead, inhale, lift those arms, lift those hips. Exhale, everything comes down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, everything comes down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, everything comes down. One more time. Inhale, lifting. Exhale. Nice. Let's extend right leg to the sky. Point and flex those right toes. You can do this from a bent knee position. Or eventually, try to charge that leg a little longer. flex your foot. Let's cross this right ankle over your left thigh and pick up that left leg. Right foot, left foot, both flexed. Draw that left leg in a little bit closer to you, and perhaps using that right elbow to gently press that right knee away from you. Externally rotating that right hip to deeper access those glutes. If it feels good to bring a slow motion, lazy little rock from side to side, go ahead. Release that down. Extend left leg to sky. Point and flex that left foot. Noticing into the toes, into the top of your foot, into your heel, the Achilles tendon, your calf. And from here, flex that left foot, bend your knee, cross this left ankle over your right thigh, and then option to pick up your right leg off the floor. If you do, let's flex both feet. Again, you can pull that right knee in while you guide your left knee away. And we can gently rock from side to side if it feels good. Remembering that this is completely up to you. Maybe you stay still and breathe deep into the body. Maybe you like this movement, this soothing rock side to side. Gently release both feet back down onto the floor. Allow the soles of the feet to touch. Let the knees fall down and out to the sides. Rest your hands either both on the belly, both on the heart, or one on each. Breathe into your hands. A little reminder that there is no need to look outside of yourself to complete who you are, what you are. Everything that makes you, you, is already within. There is no need to look outside, to seek elsewhere for things or people or approval or certificates that will make you more yourself. You are already whole. You are already yourself. Everything that makes you who you are lies within. It can be in moments like this that we can remind ourselves of that. Those quiet, slow, peaceful moments that we can tune in and remind ourselves of who we are, what we stand for, what we believe in. At this moment, I invite you to move through any final poses that feel nourishing, juicy. Maybe that's another hip opener like happy baby pose. Maybe that's an inversion like this simple waterfall pose, or perhaps you're even coming into a final twist for the spine. If it feels right in your practice, you might move towards the wall for legs up the wall pose. If you've moved through those last few postures, go ahead and take a moment to pull your layers back on. Pull a blanket over your body. And then transition into your variation of Shavasana. And I like to remind everyone that there is no wrong way to practice Shavasana. Even if it doesn't look like traditional corpse pose, you can find that peace, you can find that stillness in legs up the wall pose, in a side lying position, in that forward Shavasana on your belly or on your back. Take a moment to roll some oil on your wrists or spray a little mist around your mat and settle into this space. If you do have something to place over the eyes, take a moment to apply some gentle pressure. There's an important nerve that runs behind the eyes, the vagus nerve. And when we stimulate by applying some soft, gentle pressure, we can stimulate that sense of stillness within the body, within the mind. Even that light pressure, the light weight of your hand or your eye pillow can help to stimulate that nerve and help to lower our energy. Let us really settle and release here into this space. Can you feel the body begin to settle once again? The arms growing heavy, those shoulders releasing tension, the legs settling deeper, hips releasing tension. And no matter how you're lying here on the mat or even sitting, I encourage you to notice how your body is responding to these slow, gentle movements of this practice. Let's do a scan from head to toe. First, allowing the back of the head to rest a little heavier into the mat. Softening the forehead, the eyelids, the cheekbones, the jaw, the lips, the tongue. And then softening down the neck into the collarbones and the shoulders. Softening down the arms. From shoulders to elbows, elbows to wrists, wrists into the hands, the fingers. And a sure sign that the fingers are released is that there's a slight curl in the fingers. We're not holding those fingers perfectly straight. Notice softness travel down past those collarbones, into the chest, opening across the heart. Allowing the breath to rise and fall in the belly. Can you release your glutes? Are you holding them tight? Soften your quadriceps and your hamstrings, your adductors, and the outer thigh as well. Relax your kneecaps, maybe by contracting them first and then completely relaxing. Softening down into the shins and the calves, into your ankles, your heels, the arches of the feet, the balls of the feet, and all the way through those toes. Your entire body from the crown to the toe is at ease, is finding rest, constructive rest. I invite you to spend as long as you need here. Soak in the scents and the sounds of your yoga practice. The physical sensations, the emotional sensations. From my heart to yours, the light in me honors the light in you. Thank you for sharing in this space, sharing in this practice. Namaste.